It's about that time. What's happening in your city? You got love for your city? City Views. City Views. City Views. City Views. City Views. City Views. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here once again for another episode of CT Views. Thank you so much for tuning in right here on your Tuesday night hangout with the crew right here at your local access Altice Channel 5. Back in the house with me, my long lost friend, Coryse Villarouel.
Hello, Coryse, CoCo, Villarouel. Jacque, I feel like you and I haven't
know.
been on a show together
I
in
know.
over a month.
It's been ages.
First, it was you that
I
you
know.
were kind of MIA, and then I was MIA.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
life
and,
kind of takes over.
It does, but we're back again.
Yes, we are.
Reunited, and it feels so good.
The fact that I know that song says a lot, but
Yeah,
you know.
well, we'll go into that later. I'm sure there's some harmonious sentiments behind that, as there should be, with that classic all-time hit. Thank you for tuning in once again to another episode of CT Views. And I'm not used to coming at you like this, so if I'm looking into the wrong camera, you have to excuse me because I'm used to being on.
Yeah, but you know, this is my better angle.
Yeah, see, she has a choice. I don't even have a choice, man. It's like, I don't got no better angle. All my angles is messed up.
So, we have to use my better angle.
Lucky you. Oh, boy.
Frame away.
Yeah, okay. So much for Beauty and the Beast. Nonetheless, we're glad you could join us. Got a great show for you tonight lined up. We have
Chemey James, yes, from My Reflection Matters.
She's going to be calling in here
from Puerto Rico, I think.
Yes. Oh,
yeah.
All the way from Puerto Rico.
Yep.
Can't wait to see that. And then in the second half of the show, Alex Page-Hatley is going to be calling in. She's heading up our air collaborative with venues, voices, and vibes, man. That's going to be
venues,
so cool.
Voices, and vibes.
Yes. She's going to be filling us in on all the deets coming up for the first forum that's going to be held at the Torrrington Historical Society. So you guys stay tuned for that. In the meantime,
and between time,
we got to give some props to our sponsors. We want to thank them for allowing us to bring you quality community broadcasting each and every week right here from your local community access Altice Channel 5. So without further ado, we want to give a big shout out to our big city sponsors, Toth Insurance Agency, located at 1151 East Main Street, Torrington, Connecticut. Better protection, better value. He can be reached at 860-496-7771 or at optonline.net.
Toth, you forgot the Toth part.
I did. I was testing you. Just wanted to make sure she's on her toes tonight.
I'm going to keep you on your toes.
Yeah, I bet you will. Toth, TOTHINS, at optonline.net. Mel Brickman and Health Markets, located at 16 McDermott Ave, Suite number 1 in Torrington, Connecticut. You better call Mel. He can be reached at 860-307-1128 or at healthmarkets.com/local-health-INS. The Northwest Connecticut Area Chamber of Commerce, located at 59 Field Street, Suite 120 in Torrington, Connecticut. The Chamber is the place to be. They can be reached at 860-482-6586. Dr. Michael Curry, located at 30 Peck Road, Suite 2105 in Torrington, Connecticut. Pediatric care for over 50 years. He can be reached at 860-482-8177 or at torringtonpediatrics.com. So thank you so much to our sponsors. We appreciate your support, and thank you for all the wonderful things you allow us to do here at CT Views. So you've been extremely
Oh my
busy.
gosh, I've been swamped,
Yep.
like swamped with so many things. It was the Caribbean Day Parade in Hartford, which I designed 35 headpieces that I had to make for that, and choreographed the dance. So that went off. That was amazing. And then I believe a couple days before that, my girls, the Latina girls from New Opportunity, performed at Celebrate Belonging,
Yep.
which was in Co Park.
Yep.
That was a great event. And we luckily got to perform just before it thunderstormed and,
Yeesh.
everything just came down. So there was that. And then there's just been like, the back to school thing. I almost came in here dressed in like my little back to school schoolgirl uniform with a backpack because I am excited, right? I'm not even the one going to school, but I'm excited. Okay, listen. I'm excited. Back to school. The first one, my oldest, goes back to school this Friday.
Yeah.
The little one goes back to school after Labor Day, which is the first time for Torrington in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they haven't done that
So
in
that's
years.
September 2nd.
Second.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm like, why not this week?
Interesting.
But
Very interesting.
Yeah, so it's it's been that. It's just been my big annual barbecue, which reminds me,
Yes.
you did not come to.
I'm not sure how I even contemplated missing out on any event that you were cooking.
Food galore.
I can't even imagine. I don't know.
We had everything from jerk chicken, barbecue chicken,
Don't tell me now.
dry rub, barbecue ribs.
Don't tell me after the fact, because that's
mac and cheese.
That's only going to make me. That's only going to make me mad.
Hibachi rice.
That's only going to make me.
I mean, we added to the menu.
Make me mangry.
Curry chicken. I'm going to keep going. Roti.
I'm really mangry now.
It was great. So yeah, it was like event after event. It was the 16th. I texted you all.
I was gigging.
You were what?
I was gigging.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah. His birthday was the 15th. Okay. Then it was the 16th.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
And then back to school shopping. Right. And I got to say the hardest thing is to try and shop for a 15-year-old who's about 6'3" and size 13 and a half feet. And I'm just like, I'm not prepared for this. Like, where do you find shoes?
Yeah. He's grown up.
Oh,
he's grown up.
Yes,
I can't believe it.
And I think he shut up more this summer too. And it's just like
he looks taller.
Yeah,
he does.
Yeah. And it's been my life has been basketball this summer.
I was going to say he's getting his basketball body now.
Oh yeah, it's been basketball camps and basketball this and let me tell you, Kevin Freeman, who was a UConn player, and played overseas for many years, has moved back to the area. So it's been he's in Springfield, so he has the Kevin Freeman K-Free basketball camps, and let me tell you, amazing camps that he runs, and we should have him on the show one of these days. We definitely will. But my son's benefited from his camps. It's been great.
Awesome. Well, besides that, other things that are going on, I'm going to be performing this Saturday at Crossroads.
I saw that. Yes.
Yeah. So
Saturdays,
little Labor Day weekend party going on, and we're asking people to come on down and bring their dancing shoes.
Now, what time is that?
7:30 to 10.
Okay, great. So it's after my girls perform at the first ever Latin festival that Torrington's having.
Oh, that's right. That's
Saturday as well. So good. So after that, I'll just kind of mosey on over.
Yeah, Saturday's going to be a pretty big day. My buddy's getting married.
Oh.
So I'm going to be doing the.
Where's that?
He's going to be getting married out at Tungus College.
You can get married at the college?
Well,
the university?
It's
like
it's
on the greens.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So
nice.
So I'm going to be out there attending that.
Are you singing at that too?
Actually, he just wants me to come out and do the opening prayer.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
So, a few people have suggested, that's maybe the direction that I should go in.
Sing the prayer.
That would be interesting.
Sing the prayer, right?
Okay.
I think he should.
Okay, that would be something new and different.
Yeah.
But the only thing is, though, I might do it like a Gregorian chant.
I think we should have a call. Is our caller on the line yet?
I think they still got some more time.
Okay, because my phone says 6:15, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if my phone's fast or slow.
Your phone is fast on this show.
Honestly, this summer's been packed with events. It's been event after
event. It's been
busy.
It's been for sure. It's definitely been busy.
Yeah.
And as usual, we got some good stuff coming up for our organization, Culture for a Cause.
Oh yeah, we do. And, we do. We're putting together a nice paint and sip.
Yeah. I wasn't too hot on the idea initially. I guess because I can't paint. I was like, I don't want to.
Jacque needs the paint by numbers.
Yeah,
book.
I do.
Okay.
We had one of those. It wasn't necessarily this type of event, but it was like a Torrington celebrity paint, and I don't know. I got invited to it, so I had to go, but I didn't want to go because I'm like, and the people, like the mayor was there.
Really?
Yeah, there is some,
local celebrities.
Deirdre,
Speaking of a celebrity event, yes. I just heard that United Way is having a celebrity.
Yeah,
is it a breakfast event?
Yeah, and I need you to come too.
Oh, really? Yeah. In what capacity?
Well, I'm going to be waiting tables, so I need somebody to serve.
That's. Okay, I'll be there.
You have to.
What's the date on that?
I only got one person. Please, if you're out there, if you're watching,
Jacque needs people at his table.
I need people at my table. Okay.
He's not getting tips, but he needs people at his table.
I'm the only celebrity waiter there that doesn't have any fans.
Tell us the date of the event.
It's September 12th.
Okay.
8:30 at Torrington Country
Club. That's a
Saturday?
Saturday?
That's a Saturday.
The country club itself, that's a beautiful view venue.
Of course it is. Yeah.
So to have breakfast, is it going to be outside? Or are they doing it inside?
Well,
it depends on the weather, huh?
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
But you never know with Lisa what she might come up with.
Yeah.
So she might be like, "Hey."
Yeah, that's a beautiful venue. That's going to be good.
It is.
Yes, September 12th. Go to the United Way of Celebrity Breakfast.
Yes.
Benefit event.
Yes, it's a leadership circle. It's United Way's comeback.
Yeah. So you got to visit. How do you get so you pay for the breakfast?
Yes.
How much are the tickets?
Tickets are $30.
That is nothing.
That's nothing.
Yeah.
But the whole.
Oh, we got a caller calling in.
Oh, so yeah, we'll give you the deep. I should have just had Lisa call into the show.
Yeah, we got to talk more about that.
Okay,
I want to find out more about that. But now let's take her caller. Did we miss her, or is she on hold?
I think yeah.
So Chamey is a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
She lives in Watertown.
Yep.
Her husband's family and my family are really close. So we've got that Trinidadian Puerto Rican mix going on there with Chamey.
Okay.
Is she on hold?
Yep.
Okay, so I pressed that button and resume.
Make sure you hit the right button this time.
I know. I got to make sure. Chamey, are you there?
I'm here.
Oh, there she is. Hi, Chamey. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Thank you for calling in to CT Views. You're still in Puerto Rico, I hear, right?
I am.
Oh, she is just enjoying Puerto Rico right now.
I bet.
Yeah, I stayed at her casita in Puerto Rico one year. It was an amazing place to stay at. You heard from hearing the roosters to feeding the roosters outside.
Oh yeah.
To the cats. Oh my God, they were like every hour, okay? And then if not every half hour. And then feeding the roosters, feeding the cats, and it's such a nice like countryside casita. We loved every minute of it. So thank you for that. But we had you call in because it's back to school time, and you have this amazing organization, My Reflection Matters, which is a homeschool-based program. Please talk to us more about My Reflection Matters and what you guys are up to now.
Yeah, so My Reflection Matters, which is how we began, and we've evolved into, we have the village at the end. So it's My Reflection Matters Village today. And we are a virtual community serving not just folks in Connecticut, but really globally. So we initially started off in Connecticut, supporting local, primarily Black, Indigenous, and other folks of color that were opting out of conventional education, wanting to, find something else other than what the system is currently, selling to us. And as a mom who had also opted out, I was looking for community. And so we started a on-the-ground cooperative, a self-directed learning community cooperative in Waterbury. And that was back before the pandemic. I want to say probably about a year and a half, maybe 2 years before the pandemic hit. Then, the pandemic hits. And that, when the pandemic hit, and during that pause that all of us were pretty much engaged in, it gave me an opportunity to think about expanding My Reflection Matters. And that's when My Reflection Matters Village came into the scene. And so, I had folks from around the world that knew about My Reflection Matters, what was, our co-op that was happening in Waterbury. People would ask, I want to join, I can't find community. And again, primarily families of color who were struggling to find a place where they felt they could fit in, a place where they felt their children can learn about their history, see other families who were choosing to also opt out. And so we started the virtual community as a way to expand what we already were doing on the ground virtually. But it also gave me an opportunity to not just, we were doing online, home education cooperative online, and then eventually went back to the ground like everyone else. And so what continued for us was really creating the supports, sharing the resources for the adults who were navigating what we call more liberation center type of education. Learning and living is what I call it, because I don't separate learning from living. Those things happen, they weave together. Mm-hmm. And so, as a mom, as a former educator, when we were running our co-op, I was noticing that as most of us, primarily moms of color, like we were saying, we want liberation education, but we didn't really know what that meant. We knew we wanted something different than conventional, but we didn't exactly know what that looked like or felt like, because we hadn't experienced that ourselves. And so My Reflection Matters Village gave us really an opportunity where I began to research and invite and create relationships with a lot of leaders in the liberation education learning and living movement, and invite them into our virtual community to offer workshops. We had workshops, online courses, and now we have in-person events and retreats in Borinquen and Puerto Rico to really support us in decolonizing how we think about education. So our virtual co-learning place is really, I call it like the sanctuary for parents and educators who are really ready to shed the conditioning of colonial education and reawaken their inner knowing. So we're not just a platform, but I call us like a living field. And we are a living field that exists for folks who are really seeking not just the tools and the resources, but liberation from indoctrination, liberation from inherited ways of being that really no longer serve us and our communities. Mm-hmm. So that's a quick snapshot.
Oh.
I'm curious. how does your organization feel about religious exemptions in terms of how you would educate or provide for your child for vaccinations and things of that nature?
Yeah, so we don't take an either or stand. We believe people should have the right to make the best choice for their body. I know people who have, taking a vaccine could actually be more harmful for the bodies just because of certain chemicals, that there's an allergic reaction. And there's other folks who need that. Mm-hmm. So I am not the person that's going to say I stand on either side. I really believe, and people know in our community, we stand by folks for making the best choice for themselves and their children. So in our community, we have a mix. We have a mix of, even in our on the ground cooperative, not everybody was vaccinated, and some folks are vaccinated and some folks chose not to vaccinate. Mm-hmm. It was never something that we made as a mandatory choice, because I think it's a more complex and more layered decision than what I think our public media portrays.
Right, right.
And how do you align your curriculum so that it meets either state or national standards?
Yeah, so we don't, again, we support the adults, and we follow a self-directed learning philosophy. So self-directed education is different than what conventional education implements. The concept or belief behind self-directed education is that the child actually determines their learning pathway, not a set curriculum. Now, there are some times where folks in a self-directed learning community might use a curriculum because that's what works and fits what a child is interested in and what they're navigating, but it's not a mandatory thing. So curriculum, we believe honestly that learning is happening all the time. It doesn't end. Mm-hmm. And that the world is the curriculum. Now, we do have some families that follow what I would call a more traditional homeschooling practice, which is where you're basically mimicking what happens in school but at home. And for some kids that works. But for most of the folks in our community, that doesn't necessarily work for a lot of our families. Some of the families have been in school, kids have been in school, that wasn't working for them, and which is why they're looking for something different. Well, we have found, and there's a lot of folks who've done research around this, like Peter Gray is really popular in his research around like unschooling or self-directed education, is that when kids are given the resources, the support, and the community to self-direct their learning, they actually don't, their natural spirit to learn doesn't get like scared out of that, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Which is something, as a former public school teacher, I witnessed way too often with kids. Like, the spirit of learning gets lost.
The fun, it takes the fun out of learning when they just feel like,
Exactly, because it's not connected to something real. So with self-directed education, learning is always connected to something real. It's connected to a person's passion, a person's deep-rooted interests. And our job as the facilitators is not to control or dictate their learning outcomes or how the learning happens. Our job is really to be a really good observer and a really good connector in resources. So finding the right resources, that could be the people, it could be tutors, it could be mentors, other teachers, it could be certain workshops, classes, to support a child who is showing whatever their interests or desires are, if that makes sense. And that ends up becoming, in its own way, the if you want to say, the curriculum.
So do you find that process prepares the child from a more, in terms of socialization, is concerned, as opposed to the traditional way of homeschooling where the child is dependent upon whoever the instructor is, as opposed to a more robust resource menu for educational experiences?
Yeah, socialization it's a common concern with a lot of folks, which I find interesting because, I mean, when I taught in schools and was a student, teachers were always trying to find ways to get kids to stop communicating and talking. Like, don't talk, be quiet. There were silent lunches. There were not really as many opportunities for kids to socialize naturally. So what usually you see happen is that, and I've gotten feedback from other adults too around their observations with kids who have been in more self-directed type learning communities, is that they find those kids are often really comfortable having conversations with adults because it's normal in our learning communities for there to be intergenerational learning. So that means you can have a 5-year-old in a room doing a project with a 15-year-old and working with a mentor who's 75 years old, right? Mm-hmm. And so that is the normal, if you want to say, classroom for a lot of self-directed learning communities. And so kids, it's normal for them to socialize with people of all ages. It's normal for them to be a teacher, for someone who could be younger or older, or to be taught by someone who's younger or older than them. So, yeah, I find that the practice of socialization actually moves beyond the boundaries of conventional education in that way. So,
currently you're in Puerto Rico. Are you with your village doing a retreat there, or?
So, no, but there's self-directed families here that we are in community with and have relationships with. And right now, we are working on obtaining a physical village, a physical land, a physical space here that we are campaigning for. So we're really excited about that. The owner is excited and is really excited about the healing and liberation work that we've been doing with a lot of our caregivers and radical educators. And so, yeah, that's a big project right now is securing our healing and liberation learning space. So the idea is to have this. We've used the space. We've already rented it for our healing gatherings and retreats for our village members. And we're ready. We're ready to ground. We're ready to have a permanent space where we continue providing the healing experiences that a lot of our adults, the caregivers and educators, are hungry for. Mm-hmm. What happens is you have parents who opt out of, parents are wanting this liberation style of education, but what's required to transition into this type of new way of living, it really does require a lot of personal healing. Like there's just a lot of inner work that we have never been given the space or the support or resources to do. And that was just naturally coming up for myself. And I was witnessing it among many of the parents that I've been in relationship with and that we've worked together. We're saying we want to parent different. We're saying, we're questioning certain systems and certain ways of parenting that we're like, okay, but I know this doesn't work, but I'm struggling to let it go. Why am I struggling to let that go? Okay. Why do I feel compelled to want to still hit my child? Because that's the way I was raised, even though I understand intellectually what it does chemically to the brain. Yeah. Right? Yeah. What yelling does chemically to the brain, which is no different from physically hitting a child, right? Mm-hmm. And so a lot of the support we provide on the ground is the healing pieces of that, healing our own childhood wounds, healing our own trauma, conscious or subconscious. Mm-hmm. Because as we heal ourselves, we heal the collective. That's just a deep philosophy that I carry, that when we do our inner work, a lot of times people come in thinking, oh, what's the thing I got to do for my kids? More of the work is for ourselves than it is for our children.
So if someone wants to reach out to you to join your village, please give us the information so that they can reach out to you, or to help with securing this new permanent spot.
Yes. So if you head over to myreflectionmatters.org, there will be a link there that you can join our online community. We use Mighty Networks. It's a private community. There's not going to be algorithms and ads that are going to distract you. It's completely private. It's free to join. The majority of our offerings are free. They're funded by primarily from the Kellogg Foundation. We've had funding from the William Casper Graustein Memorial Fund in Connecticut, and we also have funding from our own community members through Patreon. So that has kept us afloat for the last 5 years. You can find us there at myreflectionmatters.org, and you could also find information on how folks can donate, which there'll be a link to DonorBox there too.
We would love to follow up and have another conversation with you just to see how things are developing and to give our audience some more information on the program.
Absolutely. I appreciate y'all having me and appreciate your interest in My Reflection Matters Village. Always happy to share, especially with our fellow Connecticut folks. And I'll leave you all some links that you can share too.
Perfect.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. We'll definitely add those links to our pages. Chamey, thank you for calling in again so much. We really appreciate it, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you. Wish I could be there in person, but glad we were able to do it over the phone.
Oh, listen, I wish we can be there in Puerto Rico, so you enjoy that for us.
It would have been great if you guys could be here on the land that we're campaigning for. That would have been totally awesome.
Yeah. All righty. You take care, and we'll talk again soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
And we want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors for their support here and allowing us to bring you quality community programming each and every week. We want to give a big shout out to Toth Insurance Agency, located at 1151 East Main Street. Better protection, better value. He can be reached at 860-496-7771 or at tothins@optonline.net. Mel Brickman and Health Markets, located at 16 McDermott Ave, Suite number 1 in Torrington, Connecticut. Better call Mel. He can be reached at 860-307-1128 or at healthmarkets.com/local-health-INS. The Northwest Connecticut Area Chamber of Commerce, located at 59 Field Street, Suite 120 in Torrington, Connecticut. The Chamber is the place to be. They can be reached at 860-482-6586. Dr. Michael Curry, located at 30 Peck Road, Suite 2105 in Torrington, Connecticut. Pediatric care for over 50 years. He can be reached at 860-482-8177 or at torringtonpediatrics.com. The show is like zooming on tonight.
Zooming on. I mean, that we have so much to talk about. My Reflection Matters.
Yes, absolutely.
But at the moment, we do have another caller that just called in that we need to take. And then hopefully at the end of this call, we get to talk about both of them and sum up everything, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see. I think let's see who's on.
Hello. Thanks for calling into CT Views.
Hi, my name's Alex Page-Hatley.
I think we know your name.
Hi, Alex.
Oh, I didn't hear anything before I got on.
You're live. You're on the air right now. You're on the air.
Awesome. Well, thank you for having me.
Alex, I'm so glad that you had the time to call into the show this evening to talk to our audience a little bit about some of the work that we've been doing. It's so satisfying to see how our plans have come to fruition. And I must tip my hat to you and commend you for your leadership role in helping us to bring this very, very special event to our community.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for saying that. But truly, this has been such a team effort. I mean, you've been involved, the folks over at Just Creative, the folks at Kids Play, of course, Northwest CT Arts Council, Culture for a Cause. It's just been so amazing to see everybody so passionate about this cause and of, our mission, which is to bring young people together, to encourage community, to encourage engagement in the arts, to encourage civic engagement. And I'm just so excited that our first event is coming up next Friday.
Can you excuse me for one moment, Alex? Doug is eating a banana in the studio, and I don't think I've ever seen anything as comical in my life. I know it doesn't sound like it's much, but I let me tell you, I've never seen someone eat anything
Doug,
with that much enthusiasm and joy. Like,
Doug, I was not sure where he was going with this whole conversation.
Like, I want a banana now, man. Did you put like cinnamon on it or something, bro? I'm just saying, man. I mean, yeah. Obviously, it has appeal the way you were eating it. But it just
listen. You don't know what you miss when you're not live in the actual studio. Okay,
but we are gonna, but Alex, we do plan on having you back because this is our first event for.
Yes. Tell us what's the name of the event again? Visions, Voices,
what? Venues, Voices, and Vibes.
Venues, Voices, and Vibes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And Alex, I'll let you have the floor at this time.
Yeah. What can we expect at this event?
So our first event is the Torrington Pride Garden Party. It will be Friday, September 5th from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Torrington Historical Society. And we are hoping that, all sorts of folks, we're looking kind of for young people, but we will welcome anyone. I know that I don't really fit in that category, so, I'm hoping that folks will come by, they'll join us, and we'll have live music. We will have some beverages and food. We will have an arts project that everyone can participate in. Then we'll learn a little bit about the history of Torrington, and the whole idea is that we find a cool venue, we set up the vibes, and then you guys bring the voices. So, come and tell us what you want to see for the future of Torrington, what your dreams are for the city, how you'd love to see it grow, and how you'd like to be engaged with it. And we're super excited.
I think too, Alex, it might be proper to explain to the audience, how this came together through the Connecticut Office for the Arts with the assistance of Steph Burr at the Northwest Arts Council. And the premise behind the grant in terms of crafting out a problem and then coming up with a solution to that problem and gathering the resources to support the solution to that problem. And the problem I think that we were trying to solve was how we could engage that target market age group from 18 to 40. So
that's right.
The foundation on how this initiative was put together, I think, speaks volume as to the people involved and the time that they're committing to bring this to fruition.
Absolutely, and you're right. I think a lot of credit goes to Steph Burr and the Northwest Connecticut Arts Council. She had kind of come to us and actually put an invite out there to anyone who wanted to attend. This was back in April. In partnership with the Connecticut Office of Tourism, it was this day and a half, they call it an air collaborative, and it's where, people from the community come in. We're kind of coached through this process by a few people who help us, tease out what we kind of think is a problem or a challenge that Torrington might face that we can maybe do something about. And so, over that day and a half, like you said, we kind of put our heads together, and the challenge that we thought we'd like to tackle. Oh, and the other stipulation was that we'd have to be able to do it within a year and under $10,000. So, quite the parameters they put on us. But we were like, we would love to just see the young people get engaged in the city and engaged in the future and engaged in the organizations that we have here. And so we kind of put our heads together and we came up with this concept of a series of 3 events. hosted at different organizations, and where we could encourage that civic engagement, that community, that participation in the arts. Yeah, and it's really been exciting to see people come together, and I think there's a lot of good energy around this project.
There is, and I think that with anything, the tip of the spear eventually determines where the arrow goes, and the leadership in an organization that's been put together, I think, is what's been the collective tissue that has put this thing in motion. But while we have you, please take this time to talk to our audience a little bit about yourself and what you do, and what motivates you to get involved in community projects like this.
Sure. So I work for the Bushnell, and I also work for the Warner. I'm marketing director at both organizations, and I've been working with the Warner now for about 2 years. And I think that just really getting engaged in the city of Torrington has been so exciting for me. I know Hartford has a really vibrant arts community, but I think that the passion and the concentration of artists in Torrington, and the way that there truly is a community that's very welcoming, that's very open, that just, is putting on things constantly. There's always something to do related to the arts in Torrington, has been so exciting, and I've loved kind of getting involved in that community. So yeah, I love the arts, and obviously it's a big part of my job. So just being involved in this way has been an amazing experience, and I'm really grateful that everybody in Torrington has been so welcoming and awesome.
That sounds, you now that you're saying that, I have that you work with Bushnell and Warner, I have seen some really exciting new things coming out of from the Warner Theater lately, like this whole Clue game. Or
that would have had anything to do with the marketing director.
Would that have anything to do with the marketing director?
So I have to give credit to our programming team and my marketing colleagues, Christopher Kendrick Costato and Teresa Palmer. They do an amazing job out there, but I do love to see this new programming we're bringing in. Clue was an awesome experiment.
Wait, did it end?
It did. This last weekend was the last weekend. I know.
I really wanted to do that, and I missed the Edgar Allan Poe event. That my gosh, like those are events. Those are the things that I definitely want to see more at the Warner, and I have to say your team is doing a great job at bringing those type of events, and I think those events will, like you said, also will pique the interest of the younger, like 18 to 40 crowd as well.
That's right. And we want to, we really want to bring people in to Torrington so they can see what a great experience it is. And I think we did see a lot of folks from outside the city come in for Clue and come in for the Edgar Allan Poe Speakeasy. So, just really, even beyond marketing the Warner, it is marketing the experience of coming to Torrington. And what a great experience that is, because you have everything right there on Main Street. Mm-hmm. And you have the Market Street Creatives down the street. You have just so many things to do. Whereas, a challenge we have at the Bushnell is there's really not a lot right around the Bushnell. But here you have this thriving community within like a mile radius. And it's really cool.
A walking community is what they think, what I think they would like to call it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's schedule to have another conversation with you after our event.
Okay.
And what is the date of that event again?
Yes, Friday, September 5th from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Torrrington Historical Society. We hope that everyone will come out and join us. It's going to be a really great night.
Can't wait.
Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Have a great night.
You too.
Thanks, Alex.
Bye-bye.
Wow, so many things happening. I mean, I definitely have to go to that because first of all, the ambiance of just the Torrington Historical Society garden
Yep.
is just
Yep.
the most beautiful sight. Like,
Yep.
you know, it whisks you away.
Yep.
You don't feel like you just walk down Main Street and then, you know,
I know.
right into this garden.
Yep.
You know, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it
so
is.
that's going to be a great event.
It is. And Culture for a Cause is a proud sponsor and partner for Venues, Voices, and Vibes.
Venues, Voices, and Vibes. I feel like you should be sitting with your
I know.
with your robe on, a pipe, and some bedroom slippers, and saying, "Welcome to Venues, Voices, and Vibes."
So
I am your host for the night. I'm kidding.
She's getting carried away.
I am. I'm envisioning things.
That's okay. You're allowed to envision. But Culture for a Cause definitely is proud to be a part of this initiative. And as always, Culture for a Cause in its quest to create collective community impact
through the arts.
Through the arts, likes to join in those situations and with those groups and agencies that have a specific mandate for the arts, such as my co-host here, Coryse Villarouel, and her membership in the Declaration of Human Rights. So she has teamed up with Culture for a Cause for the proclamation for the Declaration of Human Rights, and we would like to present that to you at this particular time. So without further ado, Coryse, take it away.
In the spirit of unity, equality, and dignity for all, let it be known that Culture for a Cause stands as a beacon of hope and harmony, guided by the principles enshrined in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Our mission is simple: to build community through the transformative power of music and the arts. We believe the arts have a unique ability to transcend racial and economic divides, weaving threads of connection that binds us together as one human family. As stated in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, everyone has the right to freely participate in the cultural life of the community, to enjoy the arts, and to share in scientific advancements and its benefits. Culture for a Cause wholeheartedly embraces this principle, recognizing the profound impact of art in touching the hearts and souls of individuals, conveying powerful messages that resonate across boundaries. Through our commitment to creating and supporting community arts projects, we strive to foster a sense of belonging and togetherness among people from all walks of life. These projects serve as catalysts for dialogue, understanding, and collaboration, celebrating the rich tapestry of diverse cultures that make up our society. Furthermore, we dedicate ourselves to raising funds for community, social, safety nets through events that center around these arts projects. By combining the transformative power of the arts with a passion for social justice, we aim to not only inspire creativity and connection, but also to support those in need within our community. Be it further proclaimed that we call upon individuals, organizations, and communities to join us in this mission, to celebrate the transformative power of the arts, and to work together to create a world where creativity and compassion flourish, and where every person's human rights are recognized and respected. In witness whereof, this proclamation is made to honor and affirm our collective commitment to these ideals. We thank you for your continued support.
Coryse, you do such a fine job with that. I don't know what it is. You have this magical kind of majestic way about your presentations that I truly enjoy.
Why, thank you.
I just want to know how come you're not like that in real life.
What are you talking about?
Because you can be kind of, persnickety in real life.
Persnickety.
Yeah.
I can be, but it was easy to, based on the 30 articles in the Declaration, use that and put it together with the mission of Culture for a Cause and the building community through the arts. There was so much connectivity, organic and natural, that it was just, you know, a nice project and proclamation to write.
Well, it's a great reminder too. You can check out the proclamation on the Culture for a Cause website, just for people who are visiting our website to know, you know, where we are, what we stand for, and what we're all about. So I think you're absolutely correct in your assessment of how these necessary connective tissues come together. But as we put a wrap on today's show, I don't know about you, but I got educated. I got educated tonight.
You were educated.
I was
tonight
educated.
From My Reflection Matters.
Certainly. I think the alternative educational situations, I think our society should be ready for it, because let's be honest. We have so many tools to learn from.
Right.
And even in traditional educational environments, they're really experimenting to make sure that they're reaching kids where they are in this totally new digital world.
And like Chamey said, there's so many different levels of learning. People learn. There are people who are like kinesthetic learning, like they're auditory learners. There's people who have to touch, and people who have to be in the moments to learn, and that's that worldly learning. But I like that the organization supports the parents, because what's important is, as a parent, when you decide to go this route, you need a village. You need support. Absolutely. Because you're not getting the support from schools anymore. So you do need that outside support from a village. So
it's too bad. I hope that our educational system can improve, but with the cuts that's coming, it's going to be a challenge.
Yeah,
it will be. Nonetheless, talking of challenges, we want to challenge each and every one of you to get out and support local businesses here in the fine city of Torrington. Let them know that we got their back. So we want to give our T-Town shout-outs to the following. Dawn's Getaway, located at 24 Winstead Road, Torrington, Connecticut. Christie's Restaurant, located at 545 Winstead Road in Torrington, Connecticut. Health Insurance Services, Craig Yard and the Crew at 438 East Main Street in Torrington, Connecticut. Wall and Frauenhofer, located at 1117 Main Street, Torrington. Soul Latina Cafe, located at 31 Hungerford Street, Torrington, Connecticut. Jimmy's Store, located at 1238 East Main Street, Torrington, Connecticut. 5 Points Art Center, located at 855 University Drive, Torrington, Connecticut, right up there on the Freedom Trail. And last but certainly not least, George's Music, located at 905 New Harrington Road in Torrington, Connecticut. And before we call it a night, ladies and gentlemen, as always, we want to give big props to our big city sponsors. So without further ado, Toth Insurance Agency, located at 1151 East Main Street, Torrington, Connecticut. Better protection, better value. They can be reached at 860-496-7771 or at Toth, INS, at optonline.net. You happy now?
Yes.
Mel Brickman and Health Markets, located at 16 McDermott Avenue, Suite number 1, Torrington, Connecticut. Better call Mel. He can be reached at 860-307-1128 or at healthmarkets.com/local-health-INS. The Northwest Connecticut Area Chamber of Commerce, located at 59 Field Street, Suite 120 in Torrington, Connecticut. The Chamber is the place to be. They can be reached at 860-482-6586. And last but certainly not least, Dr. Michael Curry, located at 30 Peck Road, Suite 2105, Torrington, Connecticut. Pediatric care for over 50 years. He can be reached at 860-482-8177 or at TorringtonPediatrics.com. Well, nice to be back in the house with you. I missed you.
Yes, I know. It's been a while.
Yeah, too long.
But I feel refreshed. I feel ready to,
I can dig it.
Bring some more things to the table.
Bring some CoCo juice.
Events. Some CoCo juice.
Yeah, I'm digging it. I'm like
some CoCo-isms.
Yeah, now Dan's he wants some too. No, it's all mine, Dan. You can't
have
bananas
from me. Sorry.
Nope. Taking it all. Sorry. So thank you once again for hanging out with us tonight on another episode of CT Views. We're here each and every Tuesday. Check us out. For those on Facebook, thank you for hanging out. We hope that you enjoyed the show. You can check us out on our YouTube channel at Culture for a Cause. In the meantime, big thanks to our directors and producers, Doug and Dan. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate it. We'll see you back next week right here for more CT Views. Serious.